Mary Jane, what's my name? Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Don't start this video yet. There we go. Yeah. Now try and figure this out. Now, I'm going to talk about Mary Jane. If I was in South Africa, can I smoke this? If I was in Jamaica, can I smoke this? If I was in Saudi Arabia, I'll explain it. If I was in Saudi Arabia, can I smoke this? If I was in Israel, can I smoke this? What's that? Oh, hold on, here comes the answer. You can smoke it anywhere that there's not a sign or a no smoking area. Okay, thank you. But what if I walk into the jungle and I want to smoke it? I mean, Virgin Mobile's coming out right now. They all want to know if you want to do it. And I said, sure, I want to do it. Give me the number, I'll call. A little bit of Mary Jane. I can smoke that anywhere, at any time, because the smoke, maybe it wasn't real. Did you smell it? You saw smoke, but was it true? You see the stars in the sky, but are they real? Well, of course they're real. Somebody puts a star in the sky, it's a real star. Now, if you looked it up what a star means in the dictionary and go, this is what a star is, you're going to have to say, oh, hold on a second. Can't see through the wool. Maybe I should count more sheep. Oh yeah, there's a little light on the outside of this wool. Must be nighttime. Then all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, oh look, I see the star coming. I see the star. Oh, look at all the stars in the sky. And as the earth turns around, they like go away. It's like this big grill all the way around Earth, and it just like moves. Where am I next? Of course Earth is just a game. 622.6 says game of the queen of the game. Give me a card. 622.6. Where and which numbers do you want to go to? I'm never sure where to start. I had 3 people say something to me. Well, they said nothing at all, but they wrote me a letter, so when I was reading the letter, I was reading it out loud. But if you put a microphone in front of my mouth, you wouldn't have heard a sound, because I read it out loud in my head. I look at the letters and I go, ooh, the letter A. Wow. Oh my God, it's the A. But listen to this. I said the same thing, but in my head you didn't hear me. You know what? Expression is like everything. Like if I did this. Anyways, let's get on to something else. I don't even know where to go. Let me jump on to low shoe right now. And something about low shoe I did a long time ago, and I just found it somewhere, okay, is here's the calculator, here's the telephone. On the telephone, they took this corner over here, and there's no letters. But on the keyboard, what they did here is they did this, an exclamation point. And if you take a look, it's almost like a drop of rain, because when this circle starts to go down to the floor, it reforms itself into this, and it becomes a teardrop. And on a tree, it looks like a knot in the tree, where everything has come together to one point, and nothing can grow because it's, how can I say, it's seized. It's like cutting off your arm. So this is the exclamation point, and in French, they call it the final point. So now, you see, you know what this is all about, whatever I'm doing? It's all about me gathering all this information and telling you stuff about it. But that's not all. That's not where it stops. Because what if you, Donna, Jen, Mike, Gil, Anu, what if you see something else? You see a shape, and you look at that shape and go, well, I'm a doctor, and that's the femur bone. Ooh, better not strike the femur bone. What happens when we do strike the femur bone? Do you understand? We all have our own division. in between all the creation of all the shapes. We're all going to see something, and we're all going to come together, and whoever says what, the information coming from the numbers is going to now restructure something else. And then imagine this. Imagine if I see the 1 in the 9 position and you see the 6 in the 9 position. You would have to go 1, 6, 9. What is the 9 position of the 1 and 6? Well, you would put the 9 inside the center and 1 and 6 on the outside, saying, I am 9 center, one of all, no more than one of who I am. And on to my right is the 6, and to my left is the 9. But what if I'm spinning around like this? Then we have to call the direction in both numbers. You know what bird that is? That's the juniper bird. I want to show you juniper bird. I want to show you juniper bird. Where is she? She's on my wall. How long are we into this video? You know what's the craziest thing? Holy prayer, my friends. And I'm seeing it come out of Cairo right now. You remember Bugs Bunny and this, and he pulls one of these down and another one comes down in Bugs Bunny? They're in Cairo. There's a passage in Cairo. The Mediterranean, the color of this crazy kind of purple in the monopoly between the Baltic and the Mediterranean. And the reason for that is I just thought of it right now. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's like it's not a black. You punch somebody in the eye and he gets black and blue. How come it didn't become all black from blue? Because there's blue inside black with yellow, creating it all black. Because they weren't joined together. They were different droplets. They were different droplets. You see what I did to mine? These are all crybabies, right? These are all tears. But I drew lines into every tear because every tear has a different DNA strand to where it's going to tick, 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 all pull itself together. Don't forget, if you have two of the same, you need something in between that connects it together, like saying here's a magnet and here's a magnet, and I got this, and this keeps pushing all around. So you need another element on the inside that'll take half the marble. It'll take half the marble, it'll go around, it'll cup it, it'll send the energy around, so the ball on this side will be able to hold on, the ball on this side will be able to hold on. Everybody looks, they go, hey man, I don't see anything. No, because it's the juice or the oil or whatever it is. I'm not a doctor, don't forget, so I have to make it up as I go just so I can explain what I see within how how some machine is working. I'm showing you a machine. If you want to reflect it on light, fine. If you want to reflect it on the DNA, fine. So this oil is just like the oil inside your car, where the oil altogether, even though it moves around and shifts, it's always protecting the metal so it doesn't heat, it keeps cooled by the water, and so your pistons can go up and down and keep on firing, and it keeps the separation between the sleeve, okay, which is also with the rings. That's where the rings come in. It's not only the oil, they do have a guide, but these rings, if they get too hot, and it penetrates the oil and it melts through the oil, because the oil also has a viscosity or whatever you want to call it, and now the metal and metal can touch. So there's only so many RPMs it can go up and down before there's not a right, that's why our cars work this way. So these DNA strands or balls, or however the blood works, you know, I mean, because if the blood doesn't process evenly, your body, and then it drops. I'll drop a little blood here, I'll drop a little blood here, we'll go through the veins, everything will touch on the vein, and, well, if the blood keeps going through the veins, what's it doing? And everybody knows wherever there's a vein and a vessel and a smaller, it has to, I don't know about the body, but I can see it. Anyway, so this is what we had. Oh, you see the diamond? Because the X sits inside the 0 over here, okay, how do I know? Look at this page. All you see is X and O on the whole page. This is one page of X and O. One page of X and O I'm going to show you. This is what it shows you that. This is what you can do. Here's your circumference around for your O. And here's your Z and here's your N. Now, if you want to make the cross of Christ, the problem we have with the cross of Christ is this is the only way to make it perfect. This is the only way to do it. Now I'm in between 2 above and 2 below. 2 on the right and 2 on the left, and if I turn it sideways, I'm a multiplier. I become from a divided up 1 square of x 4 times, divide up 15 4 times is 3.75. 3.75 is 7.5 and 7.5 of 57.75. The same reason number 19 is used 3 times in French. Once it's used from the first time from 0 to 19 in its own word, but the French way of saying 19 is 19, saying 10 and 9, just like in the cards, because you have 2 worlds and then a body within the world makes it 2 worlds, which is one is the body, one is the earth, which is the sand, which makes up the body, and the mind that goes in. We are a football. You're born through a football, you live as a circle because of your neck, and it's all about the mushroom above your shoulders. And that's about talking no more than the sex organs. Boy, Mary Jane works pretty good, huh? Oh my God. Hey, Mary Jane. Maybe I should act like an idiot because I smoke Mary Jane. Oh, nah. That comes when you drink. Okay, hold on. Bugs Bunny's coming. Hey, Bugs! He told me to get out of the seat for a minute. Okay, I gotta leave the seat for a minute. Alright? But I got a question for you, Bugsy. Hold on. Hold on, I'm coming back. I had to give you all a break. Don't worry, we're going to get back to low shoe. Smell of the onion. Pomegranate. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, look at that. No more sun. 4:30 in the afternoon. 9 o'clock in the summertime. It gets dark. They must do it for the vegetables that grow in the winter. Only one vegetable grows in the winter. Snow. Cold. Get you to change your set of tires. See, that's what they got over here in Quebec that's really good. Because we have to change the tires on our car, the garages, nowadays, if your tires are no good, they won't put you on a bad set of tires. So you're like obligated, so there would be a bigger percentage with good tires out here than anybody else. But in the U.S., they have to take their car for inspection, so there goes that theory. Is this good for you? So let me wash it down. It's like a commercial break. But you know what? It says Apple on it. Apple. A-P-P-L-E. Orange. O-R-A-N-G-E. How many fruits are there and vegetables that begin with a vowel and end with a vowel? We must find out the numbers and letters. Although they've mishmashed everything in so many different ways, it's very hard to find. But you do know 2, 5, 8, 11, 1 and 1 is 2, repeats the first 2, that every time you go around to the 4th try, the 4th one will match the first one. So right away you know 1 is real, the next 2 are fake, the next 1 is real, the next 2 are fake. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So the scenario of 2, 5, 8, 11 is this one and this one, the first and the last, okay, add up to 13, and the center one adds up to 13, but this one becomes 2, 4, this one becomes 8, 4, this one becomes 5, 4, this one becomes 2, 4. Oh my God. Now listen to this. 2, 5, 8, 11. They're all in the same row. The 2 and the 11 are the same because 11 is 1 and 1 is 2. The difference is 9, so no matter which way you go, all you have to do is use 9. It's the same way as if you take 10 and go left, you're at 1. Take 10 and go right, you're at 1. You become the 1 in the center to the 1 on the left to the 1 on the right. Or you can say 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. And that's how you get your 3 worlds. And that connects on the roulette wheel between 16 and 19, 17 and 20, and 18 and 21. 1, 1, 1. The first row is red 1 of the spirit 1. The second row is the body and the mind, which is number 17 and 20. And the third one is connecting number 18 and 21, which is the 7th inning stretch. And the funny thing about that is after you connect your 19, okay, number 23 connects to 19, 25 and 27 connect to 23, and 23 is in the center. Oh, there's so much to do. This is so exciting. Because every time I do something, I bring in one new item. I can take an old item and show you something new on it, bringing everything closer together. Oh, my God. Messer, you're an inspiration. I don't know why, but you just are. You're like on the highest, let's just use a word I do not know. You're on the highest vortex. Not because not everybody else is good, but in certain areas, what you're doing here, you see, I'm still learning. There's a lot of areas I don't go because I don't really know a lot of information, so I pick a little bit out of it. Oh, and I seen a couple of designs today where it was a CNC on both sides, and it's just amazing. You ever see the Mayan stuff? This is a leaf. This is the letter I. He has double D's up here for his eyes, double D's over here for his feet. His arms curl an E and E because that's the fight of his might. If you turn it to the side, he's a 3P. Why? Because he's part of the pi of the P that's inside of him. If you take a look, it becomes a V. It becomes a walking M and U. Which way do you want to go with this? Do we want to have the sap, the way into a beehive, the U hook, the earring of the Mayan? It's a C letter. It's a C clamp because apparently it traps in the star here, and it traps in the star here, I mean like this, and then in between is this, and it pinches it, and then Earth goes around and around and around. Hey, look, the sun. Look, we found the sun. 5, ball and pull. With the 13 ball, 1 and 3 is 4. 5 and 4 is sun. 5 by 5 is 25. 4 by 4 is 16, is 41. You know it's 21. You know what that is? 25th number and 15th letter is 40. Z and O. The zoo. I don't remember what it is exactly, and I'm coming down, so I got to pump up a little more. I don't like to do this twice because there's so many little things I have to go down and explain and come back. I don't know if it's good. I drink carrot juice. I try to keep... I didn't get that stuff today. I didn't get that pink salt, but I really should have. I could be dumb. I've had a thyroid problem for almost 3 years now. And my doctor sort of had to leave the business at 65 years old. Somehow he got somebody tattletaled on him for not doing his job properly. Anyways, so this is what I was talking. Remember I was talking, there's a 313, there's a 613, 613, 613, 613, 10-day periods. So you do 613, 613 35 times, you have 350 days. You do 613 one more time, you have 360 days. And then you do 6 at the end of the year, you have your leap year, you have done your full year. Okay? 6, 1, and 3. But at the end of the year, or at the beginning of the year, we need to show a number 4. So in order for God to rest and wake up, what we do, instead of going 613, 613, near the end of the year, we might be going 613, 316, 613. I'm not sure yet. Okay? But why I'm still continuing on, I want to explain to you that when you come up to the 13th moon, it's 364 days. So if you use number 10 36 times, you get 360 days. Then you use, instead of using 613 in the last part, the continuation of that scenario from the beginning to that time, okay, we'll say 3, 1 means the 3 points for the field goal, the 1 point for the extra point, and the 6 points for man is at the end. Why? Because man is coming home. Number 6 comes home. He has to get in the door with his recreation of his one spirit. It's from his recreation of one spirit he becomes the 6th man. You get the 6 points on the field, but if you don't get your 1 point after that, then you're only worth 6. And if you're only worth 6, your value is not a whole 6, but it's a V16. Why is it a V16? Because V and 1 is 6 in Roman numerals. But if he doesn't get the extra point, turn that 6 around. And it becomes one, it becomes, I'm not really sure, an 06. Because he didn't get the extra point, and it's a 15th letter, 1 and 5 is 6. Now why does he get the 1 for his electronics? Or does it become a 2 and 4 is 6? Number 24. And here's why. 2, 13, 2, 4. 5, 13, 5, 4. 8, 13, 8, 4. 1 and 1 is 2. Same thing. So they went 1 of a fresh number, of 2 of a repeated number. I mean 2 areas where they're not the same. All these 3 are different. But the fourth one, the first and the fourth are the same. Middle 2 are not the same. The first and the fourth are the same. Now why do I keep putting number 13 over here? Okay? Because 11 and 2 is 13. 8 and 5 is 13. 4, 4, 4, 4. 4 times 4 is 16. You see, if you were talking about the end of the world, you only can use 4 and 4. Because there's 2 numbers here, and there's 1 number and 1 number there. Why is there 1 number and 1 number? Because 24 hours in the day does not use up the rest of the numbers in the world we are in. It only goes up as high as 24. Every hour, okay, or most clocks, the first position goes up to number 9, and that is 9 for your birth. The second position goes up to 6 for the 6 of the man of who you are. In the third position, okay, everybody disregards the digital, which brings the 2 worlds together. In the 5th position, you got the numbers between, if it's AM or the 24-hour clock, depending on how you want to look at it, it'll go up to number 3, or it can go up to number 9 o'clock in that area. So only the second number never goes to a 9. If you follow me on the clock, you can have 9 minutes, but you can't have 91 minutes, because it just doesn't, most clocks don't do that unless you have a special clock. And we're talking about basic. Always basic. Always the easiest. Let's make it harder later. Okay, we didn't start from hard. The equation is hard enough to find and figure out how to create it. That's what's so much fun about this. We find a way to create how the numbers can be something more than just, hey, it's a number. So, I'm trying to remember. We made that number. The number. Wow, I can't remember. So we're going to get back to this. Okay? 24 hours a day, 24 hours a day. This is space. This is connection of the sun. This is your 9/11. Why would it be your 9/11? Because if 3 and 1 is 4 is on this side, because it's established here. 1 and 3 is 4, would be on this side. 4, 5, 4 is number 13. You don't have 7, 8, 9 as being 13. But if 9 was on this side, or let's say 7 was on this side, and 7 was on this side, is 14. 14 and 8 is 22. 2 and 2 makes your 4. 4, 5, 4, 7, 8, 7. 7 and 8 is 15, and 7 is 22. Did you follow what this one was? This one is 9 more. It brings you up a level. 22 brings you up 1 level of life. 54 is the sun. When you put these all together, it's 16 equals to 7. When you put these all together, it's 15, it's 17 equals to 8. It equals to 78, which means the connection of the passage. Living between here and here, you see 8 and 11? This is the moon, where man connects his moon. 10 and 1, 11. 24 hours. Venus here goes into here. Now, I didn't explain that right, but anyways, you know it happens on the fourth one. Anyways, just stop. This ends up to say 9. This says 29 is 38. This says 44 is 82. And this says 14 is 98. 9 times 8 is 72, and that's how it all began. Disregard that because I cannot say anything else to it. Here's the low shoe. Okay? 4, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 6. Okay? Now, I wanted to mention something else about it. Yes, okay. In the this is low shoe. 3, 2 is the same thing on the dice as 4, 3. Low shoe 4, 7 is the same thing as 1, 6 on the dice. 6, 3 is the same thing as 9 and 4. Well, 9 and 4 on the dice are either your telephone. But this 9 and 4 on your telephone, okay, if you flip it upside down, this over here, it's the 6 and 1. This 9, the 9 would be here, the 6 would be here. The 9 would be here, the 4 is here. Pluto, Mars. Unless this was your telephone, this would be Earth. And then this would be the Mars. Okay? Did you follow me on that? You follow me on that? Now, this over here, 8 and 7, I didn't mark it. I'm going to have to bring this down here. So over here, 8 and 7, okay, is the same thing as 7 and 6. This is 15. This is 13. In roulette, okay, in roulette, 13 is here, 15 is here. It's just on the opposite sides, okay? At the same time, 22 is here, and 24 is here. So we're going to go 13, letter M, 15, letter O, 22, letter V, and 24 is letter X. Movix. This also is Grover Cleveland, okay, as the 22nd and 24th president, okay? And this here, X, is moving the planet. The planet is moving. At the same time, it's a vox. It says the voice. At the same time, there's a V in every single one of these X's. 4 lights come together. At the same time, okay, because this is the 24th letter, 2 and 4. Now, I don't know where to even mark it because I don't want to make it. The 24th letter, 2 and 4 is B and D. But D is with an E. It says the bed. 2 and 4 also say 6 and 8 and the spirit of 76. But 2 and 4 is the 6th letter. It is the letter F. So we're going to take E and F and put it over here. If you move, now what would you want to say? It looks to me like FEMA, a FEMA move is coming upon us. Okay? Through history, this would make a little bit more of a difference. It also says move F. It makes it to move the business. Okay? The other thing I wanted to show you is I showed you in between this box here, you can make an O, you can make a Z, you can make an N. Well, why don't you look right over here? O, N, and here's the cross because it goes on the line. At the same time, it's Ontario. Ontario, X, Z. I don't know what that means. But now I don't, you see, when I learn it now, even if it's something old, it's when I learn it that it should come to be. So let me go back to the low shoe. Okay? 8 and 7 is 7 and 6. 6 and 3 on low shoe is 9 and 4. 9 and 5 on low shoe is 2 and 5. 4 and 7 in low shu is 6 and 1. 3 and 2 is 4 and 3. Now why do I use the 9 and 4? Well, it's not 9 and 4. This low shu, no matter what you do with it, the numbers always end up on top. 9 is a position. It's the same as the 1 position, but from upside down. The only ones that stay together are the Federation, 4, 5, and 6, which might be the equator of the Earth. Here's the equator of the Earth. And now we fill this part up here. You 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 lock it into position. And boom, bang, we've got a world all in its own. Okay, so how many do we have here? At the same time, 9 and 5 is here. We didn't do 1 and 5. So 1 and 5 in low shu is the same thing as putting together 8 and 5. So if we want to put them all together, okay, we're going to match all the numbers and see what we get out of it. The first one, 1 and 5, is right here. The 9 and 5 is right here. So we're going to put that together. This one equals to 6. These two together equal to 6. This one is equal to 13. Same one. One is 6, one is 13. Okay. Now we'll go to 9 and 5. 9 and 5. This one equals to 14 in low shu. And 9 to 5 is 9 to 5 is here. Okay, 2 to 5 is here. This equals to the 7 world. Okay, we're going to go over this. 4 and 7, 4, 7 low shu is equal to the 61 world. 4 and 7 is 11. 6 and 1 is 7. 3 and 2, okay, and I'm going to have to check it out later whether I do it this way or I have to move it to where, see the 9 is here, the 2 is here. This is the calculator face. This is the telephone face. So I have to do it with both sides. I have to try different things with it, and then eventually we're going to see, but I like to do the simple stuff to start. Okay, 3 and 2, okay, which is right here and here, is 4 and 3. So this equals 7, this equals 5. So now we have 6 and 3, 6 and 3, which is Mars and Pluto, which is 13, and this one is 9. Okay, now we've done them all now. We have one over here, 8 and 7, which is 7 and 6. So this one is 15, and this one is 13. So now let's see what we have. We have 7, 7, 7, 13, 13, 13. There's something missing. Where's the 10, 10? 8 and 5 is 13. 2 and 5 is 7. There's no 10. You see, there's no 10. Did you notice that? There's only 3 7s and 3 13s. There's no 10. See, 10 is 10. Oh, there's one other one that we did not do. It's here. By doing this, 1, 2, 3, 4. You pass through the 5 4 times. So let me put it up here. We went through the 5 position 4 times. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is 625. Now what else do I have to do? There's something I'm going to have to do because we doubled the 2 worlds. Now I don't want to say go 41, but 8 and 5 is what the world turns around. 8 and 5, 8 and 5, 8 and 5. And I don't want to say it because it comes out to 41. But if we multiply this times 41, it equals 625. It equals 25,625. So let me get all this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got to use all 6 numbers here. We created the 7 world. We got to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When you add them all together, okay, you end up with 28. And that's what you get when you get an ounce. Now we bring the 13 world together. We get to do 3. We get to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in the first world, we get to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in the next world, we get to use 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why did that work out this way? In this world, we got to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When we used all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the answer was 7. And in this world, we got to use 4, 5, 6. There's something missing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3 worlds. 1, 2, 3 worlds. I came up with 13. He counted 7. What did I count twice? What did I count twice? 2, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm missing the 9. Missing the 9. So in the first world, it equals to 28. In the second world, it equals to 39. Okay? This one equals to 7 divided by 28 is 4. 7 by 4. This one, okay, 7 times 4. This one, okay, is 3 times 13. This becomes 28. This becomes 39. Now you want to see what the funny, craziest thing? We're going to go on a new page and show you something, my friends. Oh my God, please video, do not shut down on me right now. Do not shut down on me. Oh my God, it is so insane. What I'm going to show you right now, if you've ever seen any of my work before, for me, this is utterly insane. Seven months, 31 days. 4 months, 30 days. 1 month, 28 days. 3 years. 1 month, leap year, add 1 day, 24 hours. 24 hours, 11 and 13. MK, kosher foods, 2, 4. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 3. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals 3 and 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 plus 4 equals 7. The total equals 19. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 and 7. NIBIRU. 5, 9, 2, 9, 9, 3, 12, 21, 22, 23, 32, 37, 37. French roulette. French roulette. 37 numbers. Roulette in general. 2, 5, 8, 11, 2, 5, 8, 11, 2, 5, 8, 11. 35. This is the low. This is the high. 35 and 32 and 2. 37. The center between this is 14 and 23 equals 37. 1 times 4. 1 times 4. 1 plus 4 equals to 4, equals to 5, equals to 9. 2 and 3. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals to 6 and 5. 11. 9, 11, 37 passage, Nibiru. Nibiru long count. Okay? 14 plus 9 plus 2 plus 9 plus 18 plus 21. R and U. R and U. R 18th letter. U 21st. 7 times 3. 6 times 3. Outs. Outs. 18 outs. 7th inning stretch. Okay, wrote it wrong. 7th inning stretch, 39 outs. 39 outs, and like we saw before, the 39 outs is number 39. 7th inning stretch. 7 times 4 is 28. G and D. Y, M-A-N. M-A-N, 24. 28. M-A-N. 14 plus 1 plus 13 equals 28. 7 by 4, 28 days, 13 moons. Cycle, 364 days. But really and truthfully, as you get onto a day and as you get off of a day, okay, when this 364 ends, it'll be on the 365th day that it actually begins. So it touches. And then from the next day that goes by to 365.25 days, you've already attached to the 365. That's all you need is one point of the connection. So the minute January 1st comes, okay, the day and the hour of January 1st on the 6th hour of the day, when that moon reconnects, it really hasn't left too much space because it connected at its greatest distance at 365 let's say 5 minutes or 15 minutes. No, it has to be 15 minutes. So it becomes 365.15 minutes is okay out of 6 hours. So you'd have 24 of them. You'd have 24 times how many minutes? 24 times 15 minutes. 23 would be lost and 15 would be gained. So the 15, to make yourself look like 0, you'd be 0 and number 22. 22 is the connection of life. Did I show you everything I was writing? Wow. Now, we were talking 7 months, 4 months, 1 month of 28 days. We'd end up with 364 days. We'd have 6 days, 1 day, and 3 days. 6 for a touchdown, 1 for the extra point, 3. Why? Because alpha and beta got the 3-point play, and it took from the value of every single man to score that 3 points. See 3, it's also M. It also says MIF, FIM, whatever. Be quiet. So anyways, we get 364. Now we have 30 hours open. So if the moon is not there during those 30 hours, okay, 30 hours that are open for a pregnancy, they cannot stop you because somehow there's a certain number of hours that blocks these worlds that we are in right now. Okay, I'm not really set in my mind to explain the moon separation and everything, but there's 30 hours now. If we don't need that 30 hours, what in this world works for number 30? What in the world is it about number 30? Okay, regardless, we all know 30 takes up a minimum of 3 areas. Okay, the father, the mother, and the son. Why? Because 3 strikes needs to only be produced in 1 area, and that's in the 10th frame. You need all 3 strikes into life. So all this may have been 3, but it was 1 group inside the 10th frame, if you follow me. Open 30 hours a week. So when I look at this 30 hours, open 30 hours, I'm saying to myself, there's something wrong. If a day is 24 hours, why is this area saying for creation you need 30 hours? So, anyways, we get over here. We're missing the 365th day. 39, like before, okay, or 28. Which way do you want to go? Let's go for number 39. 13 cards times the average of 7 per card equals to 91. Why? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 is 45. 10 is 55. 11 is 66. 12 is 78. 13 is 91. Spirit. Don't forget to go around Monopoly and to jump into the foxhole. These are the two numbers. 5, okay, 5 times 0 is 75 plus 41 equals 126 the dog pound. Spirit, 19 plus 16. This connects the twin towers between the two worlds. Under spirits and pores. Something about it. If I have to cry, I cry. It means more. It tells me to pay attention. So now we have this over here. I is 9. R is 18. I is 9. And T is 20. But 20 becomes 26. But we'll do that after. I can do it 20 and say 20, right? 0 is 15. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. Okay? Another thing I wanted to say about 0, it's a new thing I just learned right now, okay, in which if it's 10, okay, so then it's, the value is 15, okay, which is A and E, or I can make a switch, because if it's a 20, this says second row, I'm going to say 2, 1, 5 is what I can say, okay? Or what I'm going to say is, since this is in the second row, I'm going to go to 2 and 4, the second value of the 0. Or if I go to 3 and 0, it'll be the third value, which will be here, which will be 3 and 3. Now it can be, now if I go to number 40, okay, and this would be the fourth value, which would be number 42, okay, this would be the value of 0, 42 or 24. Well, I always use the lower number, 24. If it's 50, the value of 0 becomes, wow, I don't know. It becomes 15 again. 0 is 1 and 5. So if this becomes 15, it becomes 20. And since it becomes 20, it becomes 0 again, where this one is in the second row, where the 0 equals 24 instead of 15. 24. This would be 24. And that's exactly right. Oh my God. Can I, that's it. What, does anybody know why they do that? Like, just like that? Don't touch my mouse. Okay, we're gonna go on, and I'm gonna try to explain it here. So 50, okay, the 0 would be in the fifth row, so it would be, oh yes, it would, no, sorry, it would be 5 and 1. It would be 5 and 1. Can you go. Okay, it would be 5 and 1. Okay, why? Because it's in the fifth row. Always retain the first number. Okay, now if it said 60, okay, 60 is like number 1 because 6 and 1 connect together to make 7. But anyways, I don't know why I talked about that whole thing. Come on. I want to finish this video. Hey. Hold on. You come back later. Bring me your ticket stub. figure out those cats. I told him to bring me a ticket stub if he wanted to get first class. If he wanted to come live on stage. I mean, these cats are so lucky they get to see me live. Sorry about that, guys. You're not so lucky, eh? I only like to joke. No, I think, you know what? I don't like to say this, but just in case, I need to do this. There certain people probably cannot handle certain things that I say. So I'm going to be honest with everybody in a certain category. I joke around a lot, but I take this, this is very serious stuff. There's a lot in here that's really, that spirit thing I just wrote down, that spirit, right? 7-card average, 7 days a week, 13 weeks for a seasonal sun. 13, okay? We have 13 moons. We have 13 cards. We have 4 seasons. We have 4 suits. We have 7 world, which is all over the dice at 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4. Oh, I believe in me 100%. There's nothing to believe. I'm just bringing to you what I see, my vision, not only my vision, but the calculation within their own realm, if you can understand them, or the better of the understanding of the compromising the numbers for words and scenarios and stories for how I see the vision of Earth through the numbers, and I tell you a story alongside what the numbers tell me. And it's just a, we all know it's a story. Fuck. I'm sorry, guys, but I love this story. I see this story as being true. I need to believe this story as being true. I don't want to think that I pulled a hoax on myself. I fooled myself. And 10 years down the line from now, I'll look at myself and I'll say, oh my God, Ronnie. I mean, I'll be depressed as crap if this is not true. It is true. But the end quest of the reality of what is true and not true is, how relative is it actually? Is there any real truth that we live inside a globe, in a world inside another world, held up by another world because half the universe is frozen? And we're always moving, and we need the gold for other reasons. One of the reasons for the gold, you know what it is? It's communication with the total universe. We're not just getting the gold because we want to be pigs and rich, because we can crush Earth. We don't need Earth anymore. We want the gold for communication. Silver and gold. The golden bear. Golden honey. Golden maple. What is gold all about? Let's talk it out. Let's find out what gold is all about. Is it white gold or yellow gold? Is it how old gold is? Does gold wear out? And when it wears out, where does it go, the gold? And is every element micromagnetic? Micromagnetic means that somehow there is a scientific way, whether we know it today or we do not, that it is possible to collect gold without doing anything but using machines. Or let's stick to the walls in the machines. No more weed. Cairo. Do you know what I'm doing? Just in case this video doesn't upload, I'm ending it now and coming back right away with another video right after this one. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. It starts off with 39 weeks, the spirits and the cards. Card, game, 26, 26, 62 is the queen. The U follows the Q. The U is 21, the Q is 17. Q always follows what U. It equals to 38. The queen comes out and she marries you in Nevada. The lakes of Nevada, Lake Me, add me, on and off, odds and evens, OFF, and so many things. Let's add ED. Let's add ING. Let's add ES. If my English and my English was any good at all, and I'm not talking about the spoken words, I'm talking about the language and school, my schooling. If I can possibly know every single language in the world, would I mix myself up? Or is it better to go slow, so you learn it as you go, not to be force-fed? You take it in slow. We learn, don't you know? So what happens is I learn slowly, I retain, and I don't, it's like I want it to feel like what a coincidence that was. Now I see there, I have a vision on it. It's a coincidence. All coincidences become visions at primary if they come again and again, maybe because you're making them come again and again. So always make sure you understand why your coincidences are showing up. There's one or two reasons. Either A, well, actually, there's only one reason, because the only reason answers both reasons. Well, then there's two reasons, but one answer. Wow. Okay, I'm coming back in the next video talking about spirit.